Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Today, I thought we'd do something slightly different. I know there are certain feelings among everyone as to what to expect from a palm reading. And for years, people expect, a miracle, something new that they can't put their finger on, but someone who reads palms can look into the future and tell them what's going on. So indirectly, they're expecting an intuitive or psychic reading. So I thought I'd make some clarifications in that area. So as you see on your check sheet over here, intuitive consultants' hands. So what is expected? What you can expect in reality from someone who is reading the hands, your hands perhaps. All right, as it says there, people who provide intuitive services are palmists, astrologers, and professional clairvoyants. Now, in this example, and this is the example here, we're going to see several examples. So rather than run into the teens as far as time's concerned, we will probably do this in 2 readings. Maybe it'll expand to 3 because there's a lot to be said. All right. So what it says, in this example, we're going to be looking at the widely spaces between the fingers. And then we'll take a look at a long, straight little finger, this finger, of course. And we have something different. In this case, it's called a modified simian line, meaning it's not complete with the definition of what we know a simian line is, but it has many of the categories. So sometimes it may be referred to as modified, some changes, not quite the same. Okay, so we'll get into that. Then we'll talk about a spirit line. Spirit line, it would be on this side of the palm. It's rare, so if you don't have it, don't worry about it. Okay, then we have the loop of Luna. Luna, of course, is the moon area, so it would be somewhere over here. Whirls on the ring and little finger. And ring of Solomon. Solomon refers to the Jupiter finger. So anything that is connected with Solomon, they're talking specifically about the mount, the flesh below, but it's always over here. Okay, and then diagonal lines coming from the lunar area. Here's the lunar area. So you won't see anything going up straight. You're somewhat like coming across like this. And they usually run in small groups. So we're not talking about a single line. It may be 2, 3. It's usually somewhere around 2 and 3, but you might see a 4th one there. And then there is go to the center. There are other things on the palm, but these are the highlights. Okay, although some hand readers may be psychic, and I want to say from the start, we all are natural intuitives. To what degree? Only you can answer that, or someone else can answer it, or you're taking a course in developing it, but you already have it. You'll know, I always give this example. Let's say you're studying the piano and you're starting from scratch, you're a beginner, and maybe it's a class piano. You absolutely don't know what to do, but you have this interest in it, strong interest. So you learn to play. Now, whether you'll come out at the end of class as someone who can perform at that level, that's another story. That has to do with what's in your future. But as far as you learning to play, you already have that because you have a natural, you might call it affiliation, a feel for it. So we all are naturally intuitive. Intuitive is a word that's used in exchange with psychic. Okay, so from the start, you have the potential. So many times when we have expect a reading, the person may be psychic, and yes, I already answered that they will be. But what counts as far as palmistry itself, it's sound knowledge. The person knows what they're talking about. They have a compassionate heart and a good mind. These are the major requirements necessary to become a competent hand reader. And if you have interest in that, oh, you will get it because it's not a difficult subject. It's just how it's presented to you. It's not uncommon to find palmists whose hands resemble those of a psychologist or a social worker. Most readers will emphasize advice and counseling to their reading. You're going to get that. But if you expect more, like in depth, that you might get from a person who is a professional psychic or clairvoyant, you may not get that. So I thought I'd mention all of this. Now, in the hands of a true clairvoyant, that's someone who can see beyond the present, such as genuine psychic readers or a medium who can make a connection with those who passed over or the dead. The most striking sign of psychic ability is the line of Uranus, sometimes called the line of clairvoyance, sometimes called the spirit line. And it is a diagonal line that begins in the Mount of Lunar, right in here, and it curves up and ends about here, just as on the mount, or it could be just approaching the mount of Mercury under the little finger. Now, this is a rare sign. Everybody doesn't have it. And to find it in a complete curve position, that is very rare. Most times when it is seen, it's a partial semicircle. Like on this example, there's a curve up, it stops, and then you have little curves coming here. So you can kind of piece it together. That's a true sign. That means you have visualizations from a young child, and they could be very visible, what you're seeing. It's not physical. They could be spirits from another realm or whatever the case may be. All right? So that gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on. Okay, we'll stop at this point, and we're going to continue tomorrow where we will look at this. I hope this is giving you an example of what we're covering. I'll try to make sure I cover all of these examples. I've started pointing them out, but I want to go in a little more detail with it, and so you'll know exactly what they mean. All right. Well, if you like this approach, and it's not that we're going to do it every day, it's just today. I thought it was necessary. Okay? Well, if you liked it, give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the new subscribers. Very happy you're here. And thanks for those who have been with us for a while. Continue to stay with us. I can pretty much see that some of you are going to be good readers yourselves. In the meantime, have a wonderful day. Love yourself, love and light. Bye.